Andres here, and I'm back talking about another amazing Finnish metal band, Amorphis. Now with the new album coming out from Amorphis in February, Halo, I thought, why not talk about the Tomi Joutsen era of Amorphis, and I decided, since there's so many awesome songs I want to talk about, it's going to be hard to get it in one video, so I want to do a two-parter. Also, that being said, I could talk about a lot of these songs, and these videos would be really long, so I'm gonna narrow it down. Obviously I can't talk about all of them because that would be long, but so I dove into a select few that I really love. Here's the first album with Tomi Joutsen on it, Eclipse. I freaking love this album. One of my top Finnish metal albums of all time, more than likely. I want to talk about three gems off this album, in my opinion. The first one being Perkele, the God of Fire, which is a wicked blend of ferocity, precision of seductive melodies that swim throughout, with crucial drum work from Jan Rekberger, and these bridges that propel the music upwards and really elevate this track. And I believe that also helps the following track, The Smoke, in my opinion. This has an immediate impact with brilliant harmonies and vibrant main hook, and those same melodies grow and throughout this song, and all build to a stunning chorus, which I think is like the highlight of this album, in my opinion. I love the way Tomi Joutsen connects with the chord progressions and how they sort of unite and harmonize together. It's just such a connection, so much energy in this chorus. I freaking love that. And then the next song I'm going to talk about is actually, these three songs I'm talking about are all in a row. That's, so I feel like they all sort of play off each other. It's a nice sort of seamless wave that they got going on here. So let's get on to the next one. Same Flesh. This one plays on highs and lows, I feel like, a little bit, higher energy, a little bit of lower energy, because you get these calming guitar rhythms and vocals throughout the verse, whereas the chorus strikes a little higher with a powerful lyrical accentuation which elevates the chorus. So that's where you get your highs a little bit, and the drum work in this has its own entity, which I really like. It really stands out on its own in specific parts, not to take away from the verse and the chorus, but it's just these little bridges between, I wouldn't say that, more so the solo, actually, yeah, that's where it bridges the drum work down to thinking about bridges between the solo and out of the solo. So I really felt that sort of helped tremendously add a little bit of vigor and energy to Same Flesh. So I really like Jan Rekberger. I think he's got a unique style of little things that he adds here and there just to spice up a song. And then the next album, I have Magically in My Hands, Silent Waters. Now I really like the formula on Silent Waters, as you have a few songs that are more aggressive, a few that are a little more calm, some with a dark, doomy haze, a couple other tracks that have that Finnish folklore traditional feel, which really flows nicely together. And then right off the bat, you get this beastly aggressive track weaving the incantation that's full of melodies. So you're expecting all this, but then you slide into a more melodic track with and this rare template that Amorphis used here in A Servant. This has the same hook, the same sort of riff here, just different phrasing variations here. It ascends, descends a note or two here, goes a little high, low, and it adapts and it plays to what's going on in the verse and what's going on in the energy with Tomi and the rhythms and the drum work here. But it's that subtle adjustment that can add spice and vigor, and I really think Amorphis does an awesome job sometimes at experimenting a little bit, being a little progressive. And I feel like A Servant is a good example of that. Even though it's like one riff, it's just variations. It just really works, and you don't even really notice it. And it's just those subtleties that Amorphis is able to do to really make songs stand out and keep fresh. Like, I really feel like they're one of the few bands that has no song that sounds like one another. They really do stand out throughout their entire discography, not just the Tomi Joutsen era stuff. but Servant is a great example of that. Whereas the title track, Silent Waters, is just a nice, pleasant track that has a lot of melodies. It's a great showcase, in my opinion, for Tomi Joutsen with his ability to elevate ever so slightly, and that faint adjustment in tandem with the enhanced focus on the chords and perfect keyboards from Santiri Kilio really complements each other in that chorus. Really creates a chorus that stands out, not only on this album, but is a really memorable one, in my opinion, throughout the throughout the entire melodic death metal community. I really feel like Silent Waters stands out as an awesome track because of that chorus. It's really memorable. Then you get this, like the change in the next song, Towards and Against, isn't really dramatically changed. It evolves a little bit, but it really does have this flow from Silent Waters nicely. So Towards and Against has this alluring intro, like a Finnish warrior stalking in the woods, and then that tempo, slowly builds out of this with a bit of aggression, or as the aggression accelerates, the warriors, fury is unleashed, and the music, I feel like, replicates this feel perfectly with this grinding tremolo that sort of builds throughout the track, enraged atmosphere that grows as well, and this guttural war cry that is belted out in the chorus. I really feel like this song really elevates, and that's what captures the listener so well. So like those first 4 tracks is a nice flow, and then you have a few others that have, a more traditional Finnish folklore feel to me, like Shaman and the White Swan. Those definitely have that sort of feel to it. So awesome album. Then we're going to jump on to the next one here. Now I'm back with the third album in the Tomi Joutsen era, Amorphis, Skyforger. Now this opens up with Sampo and Silver Bride. This sets a great tone to start off Skyforger, thanks to awesome lead and keyboard work, and Tomi Joutsen using a little more of a delicate tone for his vocals here. Well, not all of them. He does have a harsh moment in Sampo though, but he uses a nice delicate tone to sort of seduce the listeners. So it's a great opening example from Sampo and Silver Bride. Really lures the listener in and really sets a nice flow to it. And that flow really continues on into the beautifully melodic Sky Is Mine, which has nice energy to it, really nice hook. And you also got the caressing pleasantry of My Son that sings like doves and sways like a calm sea. There's just so much heart and soul in My Son. These 2 tracks, though, they bookend my must listen to, the monstrous Majestic Beast, which arrives with a massive swell of beastly chords complemented by very profound keyboards, followed by the monstrous beast himself, Tomi Joutsen. The drums are brilliantly executed, in my opinion, with fills and cymbal crashes timed with the chords, and guitar runs enhancing this guitar work immensely, in my opinion. I love the progressively rising chorus. It sort of builds and builds as it soars more and more and more. It just keeps elevating and elevating, more intensity. It's just fantastic. I love Majestic Beast. This is why it's my must listen to. Boom, and now I'm back with the 4th album, The Beginning of Times. Now I just want to show you this artwork, but I also want to show you the photography inside, because I feel like the photography and the way the lyrics are written here actually also applies to the song tones and the feeling that you get from some of these songs. Like here's Tomi Joutsen, the photographer, or not the photographer, the singer, but and then you can sort of see the lyrics, what I mean here. But I'll show you what I mean is, like, there's just a pleasantry to a lot of the photography here. There's Essa, the guitar player, and I really feel like it does go hand in hand with the mood of a lot of these songs, like the Song of Sage or You I Need. A handful of songs on here, I really feel like the photography and this all really goes hand in hand. But then there's also a dark haze on this album. I felt there's subtle atmosphere, a little doomy, and I really felt that sort of in the riff work within My Enemy and 3 Words. But I also felt like it really stood out to me in Escape. This has this dark haze that rises potently, and I felt it rise more and more behind the bridges, and it surged with this raging vocals behind it. I really felt like for some reason in Escape it just stood out behind this riff, that there was this bit of sinister atmosphere, this bit of a dark doomy haze behind it. So I thought, that this album had a really unique blend of these sort of more caressing, pleasant songs at times that were, softer, but then you had this darkness as well. So it was really unique. You can really sort of tell from the album art too, you know, here and here, that there is a darkness to it, and then the photography on the inside, you know, plays to the pleasant side. But my favorite track off this album has to be Crack in a Stone. This has this seductive mood with these hypnotic keyboards and creative sharp lead work, which I really love, all hovering around this sort of frenetic, crafty verse and this compelling chorus. I really love the chorus here. I love the mix of shrewd, slick musicianship and this velvety flow to the chorus. A really progressive track in my opinion. The way the timings were within the verse to the chorus, I just felt like there was a lot to soak up on this. The keyboards, just everything is a fantastic track, is Crack in the Stone. So that is my thoughts on the first 4 albums in the Tomi Joutsen era Amorphis. Obviously all the links for the songs, I'll have plenty of songs down for you below to check out in the description. So I hope you guys check that out, and then coming soon will be part 2, and then I'll be talking about Amorphis's new album Halo when that comes out in February. So I hope you guys stay tuned for all that. Hope this video wasn't too long as well. So until next time folks, how about some heavy Amorphis?